Hi, Amanda. Okay. Don't let me take up too much of your time then. You gotta do some shopping. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good day. I know I might be on in 2 hours. I don't know. I doubt it, but I'm just getting over a cold. I'm just getting over the flu. It was a bad one this time. Yeah, I took a day off work and then I went into work since then, but yeah, I'm getting over the flu, Trixie. But other than that, I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Trixie? Yeah, well, and sometimes, like, I'm at work, too, when I miss Frank's streams. So, but usually if I'm home, I'll go on Frank's stream for a little bit. Three-hour ride home, yeah? Well, you went out? How come you had to go out that far? For work, yeah? Oh, really? Yeah? Wow. So a big crash. 60 miles. That's pretty far to travel every day. One way. Yeah, I guess they just think they will, right? Takes you 1 hour one way, yeah? What do you do for work, Trixie? Oh, yeah? Cool. So you, like, oversee everything? Or do you like come up with the schematics for the construction? Yeah, you oversee it? Yeah, cool. It's pretty cool. Sure, that's not easy. You gotta follow all the guidelines and make sure everything's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you like it? Well, you know, that's an important part of working, right? To enjoy the job. It's not fun when you have to show up to a job that you don't like, so glad to hear you like it. I'm sure it's good money when it's dealing with something that serious, right? That looked like it was painful, or she just flinched. Ooh. That'll make your eyes water. What do? I work for the Leafs and the Raptors at their rink. I do like different stuff around there. It was on one of the streams I did. We went to the arena, Scotiabank. Went to a couple places. Went to the CN Tower. Got turned away because I was streaming. Ripley's Aquarium. So yeah, I was in one of those streams where we went to my work. Do you have any tattoos, Trixie? I've been itching to get some, but I haven't so far. I haven't got one in years and years. Frankie! What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good night. I missed your last stream. Was it like 2 days ago or something like that? I was at work, so I missed it. Oh yeah, 4 Trixie, yeah. Nice. Hopefully one of them is not Frank's name. Hope you don't got Frank's name tattooed on you. Or a big portrait of Frank on your thigh. No names? No? No, that's good. Good to stay away from that. Frank, I don't know if you've seen that guy Harold who's streaming in Ghana. I just seen his stream today, and I don't know if you've seen it, but that guy was not in a good spot. I don't know. Did you see it, Frank? They said it was scripted, oh yeah? Yeah, maybe, eh? Oh, they scripted it? Yeah, oh. Yeah, hopefully for his sake it's scripted. Sunfish, what's happening? Good to see ya. Frank, this video is for you, Frank. If you're still there. Let me see if you know this stuff.
Google Pixel.
Welcome back to Unwrapped, where we are sweating our way through America's favorite hot and spicy foods. Now, if you've ever asked somebody about their special sauce, you know it can be a closely guarded secret. And it's really no different when it comes to hot sauce. But the folks at Frank's RedHot, well, they tell you it all begins right here with the peppers. There are extreme hot sauces that are all about bringing the pain.
Are you able? That's just ridiculous.
But if you want just the right amount of bite in your bite,
Not too many people probably know that Frank's RedHot is the #1 hot sauce in America.
the key ingredient behind all that heat is chili pepper. And Frank's RedHot comes from a very particular pepper, the cayenne pepper.
Cayenne is a hot pepper.
Crops of cayenne pepper grow in New Mexico, specifically for Frank's RedHot.
Perfect weather, and it's dry. And peppers love dry weather.
It takes about 6 months to grow the cayenne seeds into mature red fruit.
Because we have our own seed, we are able to have consistency in aroma, we're able to have consistency in flavor, in heat range, and in color.
Harvested peppers leave the field in trucks, 48,000 pounds at a time.
And they're dumped on the conveying belt. And if you notice, there's a couple of spinning drums there. Those are washing units. That's to put through there so we can wash and get the dirt off the peppers.
Next, workers sort the squeaky clean peppers.
They're looking for peppers that are not fully matured. They should be fully red.
The hand-picked peppers fall into a chopping machine. Then they fill 25-foot tall silos called fermenting tanks. There, the peppers age for a top-secret period of time.
This is a very special and necessary step in the making of Frank's RedHot that gives it its distinct flavor.
Next, the fermented pepper mash ships to Springfield, Missouri.
Right now, we're standing in the mash tank farm where we have over 750,000 pounds of cayenne pepper mash.
Each batch of pepper mash cooks with vinegar and secret spices in a giant saucepan for about 4 minutes.
We continue to use the same original recipe that was invented back in 1920.
This one batch tank will fill over 12,000 bottles of hot sauce.
Hot sauce fills the bottles at a fiery pace of 500 bottles per minute. And hot sauce lovers can find Frank's RedHot in its original flavor, plus a variety of heats and styles.
People always tell us that they love the flavor of Frank's RedHot to the point that they actually put it on everything. I love it so much that honestly, I can drink it out of a bottle. You want to try it?
I like drinking hot sauce. I love Frank's Red Hot sauce. When I make my own wing sauce, I use Frank's wing sauce in it. I don't know, you missed it, Frank. You missed how it was made. Probably cooking some meatballs or some chicken legs.
This video was made possible by CuriosityStream. Watch thousands of high-quality documentaries and get access to my streaming service Nebula by using the link in the description. 60 years ago, Japan invented high-speed rail with iconic bullet trains that could operate at more than 200 kilometers per hour. The bullet train transformed Japan and kick-started a revolution in high-speed rail around the world. Now, the Japanese are setting out to do it again. This time by building a new kind of train that'll operate at an incredible 500 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
The world's fastest train will connect Japan's 2 largest cities.
That's
And
fast.
it'll be faster than flying, covering the 400-kilometer distance in just 67 minutes. But this is also one of the most expensive transport projects in history, and an enormous bet on a technology that has yet to prove itself. And some question whether building the world's fastest train really makes sense. Even as the first bullet trains began operating in 1964, Japanese engineers were already working on a radical new kind of train. With cutting-edge rail technologies, bullet trains could operate at speeds once thought impossible. And while there was still plenty of room to get them to go even faster, engineers realized that at some point, trains would hit a speed limit. The friction, vibration, and noise from conventional steel wheels would simply become too great. To go much faster, they'd need a new kind of train. So, to eliminate rail friction, engineers would get rid of the wheels altogether and instead use magnetic force to levitate the train inside a guideway. Although the solution seemed radical, the idea of magnetically levitating a train had been around since the early 1900s, with the first patents appearing in 1912. But the technologies needed to make such a train actually work were only beginning to come together in the 1960s. Among early experiments with maglevs, Japan and Germany emerged as leaders, each investing heavily in unique versions of the technology. By the 1980s, prototype maglevs were making headlines, breaking speed records, and promising to revolutionize railways. But it would be another 2 decades before the first high-speed maglev would see commercial operation. It wasn't until 2004, with the opening of the Shanghai Transrapid, that maglevs had finally overtaken conventional rail as the fastest trains in the world. On the line connecting Shanghai with its airport, maglevs, based on Germany's technology, routinely reach 430 kilometers per hour. But since opening almost 20 years ago, it's still the only high-speed maglev in operation, because much of the world has since given up on the technology. There were once ambitious plans to build high-speed maglev lines around the world, with some even predicting that North America alone would see thousands of kilometers constructed by the 2020s. But plans never materialized. The problem is, maglevs are expensive. Compared to conventional high-speed rail lines, they cost anywhere from 2 to 3 times more to build. And they don't work with existing infrastructure. Unlike high-speed trains, which make use of more than 1 million kilometers of conventional rail lines already in existence, along with stations built out in almost every city. Since 1964, over 50,000 kilometers of high-speed rail line have been constructed, a number expected to double in the coming decades. That compares to less than 100 kilometers of maglev lines built in the same time period. The world seems to have moved on, but Japan is still forging ahead. Japan's massive bet on maglev technology starts with geography. The world's first intercity maglev line, being built by the Central Japan Railway Company, will connect the country's 2 largest cities, just like the first bullet trains did in 1964. But today, where it takes 2.5 hours for the fastest bullet trains to travel between Tokyo and Osaka, the new maglev line will cut that down to just 67 minutes. And it means that 3 cities with a combined population of more than 18 million people will be brought within commuting distance, effectively transforming them into a single giant city. A degree of mobility that promises to boost Japan's entire economy. But there are also more pressing reasons to build the new line. The existing Shinkansen line already carries nearly 500,000 passengers every single day. But with bullet trains often spaced just 3 minutes apart, it's reaching its limit. And so is the infrastructure, which is now almost 60 years old. And the existing line also runs through the most earthquake-prone regions of Japan. One major earthquake could sever the country's most critical rail link, causing enormous financial damage. The maglev line will instead take a more direct route between the major cities through a much less seismically active mountain range. And it means that over 80% of the line will run through tunnels, some of which will be 25 kilometers long and 1.5 kilometers below the surface. The first section is expected to open in 2027, with the remaining connection to Osaka completed a decade later. But when it's all said and done, Japan's high-speed intercity maglevs will be the fastest way to travel between Japan's major cities, even faster than flying. Making such eye-watering speeds possible is a technology that's been in development for over 50 years. It's called SC maglev. The SC stands for superconducting. To levitate trains off their guideway, electromagnets are cooled to extreme temperatures in order to take advantage of a phenomenon called superconductivity, which significantly increases magnetic force. The train's electromagnets interact with coils embedded inside a guideway. One set of coils is used to propel the train, while the other is for levitation and guidance. The second set of coils is unpowered. It means SC maglevs must first accelerate on wheels to 150 kilometers per hour before they can induce a magnetic field to levitate. But once up to speed, the trains are dynamically stable, requiring no active systems to keep them stable and centered. The trains are also fully autonomous, controlled not by a driver, but by the track, meaning collisions are almost impossible. And with 3 separate braking systems, they can also stop faster than conventional trains. This is a train straight out of the future, and it'll be the most ambitious implementation of maglev technology. But does it actually make sense to build? For nearly 60 years, Japan has continued to develop their iconic bullet trains. Today, they're recognized as some of the most advanced, reliable, and efficient high-speed trains in the world, leading some to question whether the switch to maglev is less of a leap forward and more of a misstep. To start, SC maglevs are smaller than bullet trains in almost every dimension, and it means they'll carry fewer passengers, nor will they run as frequently as bullet trains. Maglev switches, the mechanism that allows maglevs to switch tracks, are much slower than conventional rail switches. It means maglevs must operate at least 10 minutes apart, compared to just 3 minutes for bullet trains. Smaller trains, running less frequently, means Japan's maglev will never match the capacity of a conventional bullet train, all the while consuming a lot more energy. Below 300 kilometers per hour, the energy consumption of a bullet train and maglev aren't that different, but operating at 500 kilometers per hour introduces much more air resistance.
It'd be pretty cool to go that fast, 500 kilometers an hour on land.
To operate at twice the speed of bullet trains, SC maglevs will consume 4 times more energy. And the project is already the most expensive in Japan's history, estimated to cost at least 5.5 times more than the original 1964 bullet train line. Much of it owing to the amount of tunneling required, but also the cost of building entirely new stations next to or below existing ones. Proponents argue that SC maglev technology can be exported to the rest of the world. The question is, where? The rest of the world has already passed up on Germany's Transrapid in favor of conventional high-speed rail. China is the only other country still researching ultra-high-speed maglevs, showing off its own prototype in 2021. But the country also recently renewed its commitment to expand its conventional high-speed rail network by tens of thousands of kilometers by the end of the decade. While there are proposals to implement SC maglev technology elsewhere, the reality is few places in the world have Japan's combination of wealth, population density, and appetite for enormously expensive infrastructure projects, leaving many to question whether Japan's enormously expensive investment into maglev can ever really pay off. When the Japanese were pouring billions into constructing the first bullet train, many ridiculed it as a misguided effort. Railways were viewed as a dead technology, too slow to survive the modern age. But the world's first high-speed railway was an enormous success, and other countries soon followed with their own massive investments in high-speed rail. The SC maglev is Japan's next quantum leap. Operating at speeds well beyond the reach of conventional rail, it'll be cleaner, quieter, safer, and more comfortable than any train before it. But these benefits will be weighed against enormous development and infrastructure costs. The SC maglev story is yet to be written, and it remains to be seen whether the project can herald in a new era of high-speed ground transport, or whether it's destined to join other failed attempts at reinventing railways. If you're wondering how I make my videos or what software I use, maybe just a bit more about who I am.
They're thinking about, I think they're thinking about making a high-speed train from Toronto to Montreal. I don't know if it's a maglev or bullet train, I don't know. I remember seeing that in the news the other day. I don't think Canada has any high-speed trains. I just think we have normal trains here. I think that would be the first one.
Here's an interesting we've overexposed it, lighting back, so you can see how the shape suddenly appears out of nowhere.
A high-tech company by the name of ᴘᴱɪ Nanosystems claims to have invented the blackest black you have ever seen, which goes by the name of Vantablack. Vantablack is the definition of darkness. It's a material that absorbs 99.965% of ultraviolet, visible, and infrared light. This super black coating holds the Guinness World Record as the darkest man-made substance. To give you an idea of what that actually looks like, Vantablack has been described as the closest thing to a black hole we'll ever see. Vantablack is so dark that the human eye can't discern its shape and dimension, which means if you were to cover a round object and pass it in front of another object coated in Vantablack, the round object will disappear and both objects will appear completely flat. The material is able to get so dark thanks to tiny carbon nanotubes that are roughly 3,500 times smaller than a human hair. A surface area of 1 centimeter squared would contain around 1,000 million nanotubes, and when light hits the tubes, it's absorbed and cannot escape. The name Vantablack is an acronym for Vertically Aligned Nanotube Array Black, and Vantablack is not a colour, but a material. It's made of a forest of tiny hollow nanocarbon tubes, each the width of a single atom. Because it's not a pigment or paint, you can't just buy a tin of it like paint. The nanotubes that make up Vantablack must be grown in the ᴘᴱɪ Nanosystems lab using a complicated and patent process involving several machines, a few layers of different substances, and some extreme heat. From start to finish, applying Vantablack to an object can take up to 2 days. If you see it on a flat surface on its own, with no other black material to reference it against, it just looks like a black velvet surface, until you shine a torch on it and no light is reflected back. And when other black surfaces sit side by side with it, they look grey in comparison. Vantablack is not very robust. It may be able to withstand extreme cold or heat, but because it's made of delicate carbon nanotubes that are more than 99% empty space, it can't be touched without damaging the effect of the coating. So don't expect to see any stealth bombers covered in the coating. Vantablack is designed to reduce unwanted stray light and is highly desirable in space applications, but can be used in a wide range of other applications, including high-performance infrared cameras, sensors, scientific instruments, satellite-borne calibration sources, star trackers, and telescopes, and can even provide a unique aesthetic effect in certain high-end luxury products like watches. Oh, and to all you YouTubers out there, if you're thinking of buying some Vantablack for videos, don't bother. It's not sold to private individuals as the coating is subject to UK export controls. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.
Pretty
Bye-bye.
cool. I've never seen Vantablack up close. Maybe one day.
Dubbed 0% and aluminum deodorant.
This is a really nice chain. Be heavy on your neck, a kilo, damn. Wonder how much a kilo of gold would cost. Or just this chain, that would be expensive. Pretty expensive. They don't use a clasp, you just put it over your neck. That's pretty good. These clasps are probably what breaks, right, in the chain. I have a chain like that where there's no clasp on it. It's not real gold though. This is probably one of my favorite videos out there.
Want to get? It's raining. Whoa. It's pouring. Yes, Lord. Ha! I gotta get some of the rain. God sitting right there looking. God said, what the hell? No way! Yeah. Oh, what the hell? My boy, yo, you good? Yo, no, bro. You good? No, for real. What happened to him? Me too, I was recording coming outside. I'm scared. I don't even want to touch him. They don't think I did something. Should I touch him?
I know he fucked up.
Oh, he just drunk?
Yeah,
Oh, all right. Come on, bro. Damn, my boy.
You gotta sit up against the wall.
Yeah, like, sit down on the floor. This some bullshit. I always get the recordings. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna let you go.
See both coins?
Yeah. Oh my god! What? In the class?
So, yeah. Every single card just turned over. Every card, apart from one.
Steak and kidney. Oh, that's it, yeah. That's very good one. Yeah.
Finished, Joe?
Hey?
We're finished.
Yeah, but I'll have enough with that, I'll tell you now, mate. How much?
21.20.
21.
I tell you what, you take card, right?
No way.
Blow me some more, blow me some more.
No way. How's he doing that?
Think of any playing card, yeah?
Yep.
Got a card in mind?
Yep.
Just put your hands like this. Just look at me. Watch. $10, yeah? $7.25.
Not just change.
No!
Off the page.
What?
Look.
Yo.
$10, look.
That's madness.
Yo, this.
Oh my god, stop! No!
Josh, do me a favour, just name a film.
Name a film?
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood.
There will be. You could have had any film, right? Yeah. Watch this.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yo, that is nuts.
What? You've probably got quite a good connection, right?
I'd say recently, yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah. I want you both to close your eyes. And I want you to both think of a country. On the count of 3, I'll let you both to name that country out loud. 1, 2, 3.
France.
Oh my god.
That is crazy.
I want you just to think of an artist right now.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah.
Cool. Watch.
Okay.
So, this video is a complete beginner's guide to lucid dreaming. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions so that you can go to sleep right now and have a lucid dream tonight. I know that there are some more advanced lucid dreamers subscribed to the channel who want more advanced tutorials, and next week I will be giving you a new method which is a little more difficult to achieve. But since last week's video, my channel has blown up a little bit and I gained roughly 1,000 subscribers. The majority of them being beginners who are interested in lucid dreaming but have no prior experience. Even though this video might be basic, it's good for anyone at any skill level because it's always helpful to look back to the basics and make sure that you're doing all of these things. Not only that, but this technique that I'm about to give you is extremely effective and anybody can apply this right now to have a lucid dream. Now before we get into this beginner's tutorial on how to lucid dream, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I post weekly lucid dreaming tutorials, so if you want to be notified when new lucid dreaming videos come out, hit that subscribe button. My goal is to get you to lucid dream every single night, or at least whenever you want. And if that sounds good, then subscribe to the channel so that you can watch future tutorials. Anyways, let's get on with it. So you want to have a lucid dream tonight. The very first thing I would tell you is to simply expose yourself to as much lucid dreaming material as possible before you fall asleep. Watch videos, read articles, and have it drilled in your mind that you will lucid dream tonight, no matter what. If this is your first time hearing about lucid dreaming, the chances of you succeeding are very high because your brain is now interested in this new concept and it'll likely stick in your subconscious mind. In general, I find that the more I think about lucid dreaming throughout the day, the more likely I am to experience a lucid dream by accident, even without using techniques. So, if you want to lucid dream tonight, from now on, just keep thinking about lucid dreaming, read things about it, and just expose yourself to as much material as possible. The next thing you want to do is go and set yourself up a dream journal. So pick an empty journal that you have, or just use your phone and put it right beside your bed and have it set up so that you can easily record your dreams in it when you wake up. So pause the video, do this right now, set up your dream journal so that you can write down your dreams when you wake up. Once you have your dream journal beside your bed, you want to start performing reality checks. Now, there are many different types of reality checks, and I actually have a separate video just on that topic. But one of the best reality checks, which I recommend any beginner to do, is to just count your fingers and look at your hand, and keep doing that. And whenever you count your fingers, you want to ask yourself, am I dreaming? And you really want to ask yourself this question. If you do this enough, in your dream, eventually you will count your fingers, and in your dream, you usually have about 6 fingers, or your hand is a different color or something like that. And by doing these reality checks in real life, you will start doing them in your dream, causing you to become lucid once you do them. Alright, so you have your dream journal set up, you're doing your reality checks, and this next step is going to actually happen right before you fall asleep. So right before you fall asleep, you want to meditate for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Now, you may have never done meditation before, and if you haven't, that's completely okay. In fact, it will probably work even better for you because it's new to your mind and it will increase your chances of lucid dreaming. So just sit somewhere comfortable, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. Focus on breathing in and breathing out. And this will practice your mental focus so that when you do lucid dreaming techniques in the future, you will have better focus and you'll have just a better chance of doing it. So meditation before you go to sleep is key to lucid dreaming, and I find that on nights where I meditate, I am far more likely to have a lucid dream even if I don't use any techniques. You can also spend a couple minutes of the meditation visualizing the dream that you want to have, visualizing the scenery, and just setting an intention in your subconscious that you will lucid dream. Alright, so once you've finished your meditation, you want to set an alarm 4 to 6 hours after you fall asleep. And the goal of setting this alarm is to wake you up straight from a dream, or in your REM sleep. If you can wake up directly from your REM sleep, you will have a very, very good chance of succeeding and having a lucid dream. For me, it's at about 5 a.m. or 6 hours after I fall asleep, but it is different for everyone, and it's important to know when your REM sleep is. You can easily find out if you go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day. That's what we call a sleep cycle, and if you have a sleep cycle, it's very easy to get into lucid dreaming techniques. But for now, if you've never done this before and you don't know when your REM sleep is, I would go for about 5 to 6 hours after you fall asleep, so set an alarm for about 5 o'clock, and hopefully you will wake up from REM sleep. Alright, so now you want to lay down and get ready to fall asleep. And you want to set the intention in your mind to lucid dream. So as you're drifting off to sleep, repeat to yourself that you will have a lucid dream, and also that you will remember your dreams when you wake up. Keep repeating this to yourself, and then you will fall asleep. As soon as you drift off to sleep, you have a very good chance of experiencing a lucid dream in the next few hours. This is because you've done all of the steps above and you fell asleep repeating to yourself that you will lucid dream. Eventually, your alarm will wake you up. And if you haven't experienced a lucid dream yet, this is where your odds are the highest. So you're going to wake up at about 4 to 5 a.m. And this is known as the golden hours for most lucid dreaming techniques. And now I'm going to recommend to you probably the most effective lucid dreaming technique that beginners can do. And I actually made a whole video on it. It's called Filed. And if you want to watch it, you can. But I'm going to give you these simple instructions right now. So as soon as you wake up from your alarm clock, you want to lay flat on your back. Now it's actually easier to do this method lying on your back, but if you can't fall asleep on your back, just do it on your side. And what you want to do is droop one hand over the side of your bed. You want to close your eyes and imagine that you are playing the piano with your fingers. So you want to move your fingers up and down. Just keep moving them up and down, and very, very, very slightly. You hardly want to move them. And you want to keep focusing on your fingers. Eventually, you want to move your fingers less and less until you're not moving them at all, but you're still imagining it. And it should feel like you're moving your fingers even though you are not. It's very important that you put all of your focus on your fingers so that you do not fall asleep. This is the only thing that could go wrong at this point, is that you will accidentally fall asleep. And if you fall asleep, it's fine, you can just do this the next day. But if you want to lucid dream tonight, you need to focus on your fingers and make sure that you do not fall asleep. To improve your odds even more, repeat to yourself that you will succeed and have a lucid dream. You want to set the intention in your mind so that everything will just get easier. So you're going to keep focusing on moving your fingers, even though you're not actually moving them, and eventually 1 out of 2 things will happen. The first outcome is that you will accidentally fall asleep, and if that happens, it's not the end of the world. You can just do this again tomorrow, and if you do it tomorrow, you will have better odds of it succeeding because you have practice. And the second outcome is that you will slip into a fully blown lucid dream. And this is awesome, guys, because this method is so effective that the chances of you having a lucid dream are super realistic, and even though you've had no experience before, you have very good odds of experiencing a lucid dream. If you do this method correctly and you don't fall asleep, you will slip directly into a lucid dream without even knowing it. Once you enter the lucid dream, you can start doing whatever you want, but before you do that, make sure to do a reality check to make sure that you are in a dream. It's important to know how to stabilize that dream and make it last as long as possible. And I made a video on dream stabilization. You can click and watch it if you want. However, if I were you, I wouldn't focus on that right away. I would just focus on trying to get lucid, and then everything else will follow. So whether or not you have a lucid dream, accomplishing these steps, as soon as you wake up, you want to write down your dreams. This is very important because it will set yourself up for success. When you write down your dreams in the morning, it will only get easier to achieve lucid dreams. And that is because you are now increasing your dream recall, and you can start taking note of the things that you're dreaming so that you will know when you're dreaming in the future. But that's about it for my beginner's guide to lucid dreaming. As long as you follow the steps in this video and put in the effort, I can guarantee to you that you will lucid dream. It might not be tonight, but it will be very, very soon. Thanks for watching the video. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you
Summer is a perfect
Two great clowns. Rest in peace, Sid Haig.
One can say.
Most interesting moments captured by surveillance cameras, something you can't see with your own eyes. So, the next 15 minutes will be a fun experience. Let's get it on. Press the like button if you also feel the pressure of the upcoming holidays. The guys in orange will obviously have to work overtime. He may be heavy for a stepladder, but he must be good at pull-ups. When you tell your friends you don't feel the spirit of Christmas. Share in the comments what spy movie the security guard would look good in. And tell us which of the two would win if they fought. Even if there is a top-end video card inside, the recipient will never be as happy as that delivery guy. We found another worthy opponent for those two.
Fight round one.
As the great Newton said, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. If your roof does this after a rainstorm, rain has probably nothing to do with that. gets on a bike, he probably tries to buckle up. That airbag saved him from complete embarrassment. He has never been so close to victory. Another proof that all pets are afraid of thunderstorms. He doesn't yet know that he folds no matter the combination. Even Jordan couldn't shoot three-pointers without even looking. Hit the like button if you also had to carry a heavy burden this year. In addition to disposable tableware, this restaurant seems to provide disposable chairs. The reason why there are so many strong and independent women in the world. Who said that only men stare at the opposite sex on the street? Harsh yellow signs give one and only warning. Seems that this guy's favourite team didn't make it to the World Cup final. Later, in her boss's office, any fail turns into a win if you pretend that was your plan from the start. Each of us wants to leave a mark on history. but some choose very unusual ways to do this. This poor fellow acts as if he had nothing to lose.
Okay.
Who knows where they sell these cool bill counters? Breaking news. Seems like the Grinch no longer works alone. Seems like this employee confused the sale corner with Jenga. As a gift for Christmas from her parents, she's probably gonna get a golden run. This ladder almost became the one which leads straight to heaven. And this is it for today, buddy. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment and see you soon. Wow! You like movies but don't always find a couple of free hours? Subscribe to the Salty Popcorn channel. Here we reveal in detail the plots of the
The underground sewer network feeds into a regional interceptor, which is kind of a sewer highway that runs to the treatment plant. The action begins at the plant's pumping station. It doesn't look like much from above, but the building extends some 15 stories below ground, right through solid rock. The wastewater collects in huge underground wells. It's not a pretty sight. It's full of dirt, garbage, and fecal matter. It also contains high levels of phosphorus, a poisonous element in the nitrogen family that's harmful to waterways because it promotes the overgrowth of algae. The water flows from the wells to giant pumps that force it to the surface. plant has backup generators to keep the pumps working in case of a blackout and devices to prevent water from backing up should a pump have to be shut down for servicing. Once the wastewater reaches the surface, it flows through the pumping station, down discharge channels leading to the treatment building. Along the way, it's sprayed with either aluminum sulfate or ferric chloride, two chemical coagulants. They gradually transform phosphorus in the water from liquid to solid so it can be removed later on. Once the water reaches the treatment building, it flows through screens. This preliminary filtration removes any solids larger than 2.5 centimeters in diameter, such things as stones, paper, and plastic. Giant presses compact this garbage, squeezing out the excess water. Trucks then haul the stuff to a landfill where it's buried. The wastewater, meanwhile, flows into large tanks called grit chambers. Grit refers to particles in the water, such as gravel, that are inorganic, meaning they don't decompose or burn. These particles, some as tiny as a grain of sand, gradually settle to the bottom. Then they're pumped out and trucked to the landfill. To remove organic particles, mainly phosphorus, they add a polymer, a type of chemical compound. This demonstration shows what happens. Remember, as the wastewater left the pumping station, it was sprayed with coagulant. That transformed the phosphorus in the water into solid particles. The polymer solution completes the process. It binds those particles, forming what are called flocks, masses of phosphorus that look like snowflakes. They're heavier than water, so they sink to the bottom. And that's exactly what occurs in the plant's clarifier tanks. It takes about 2 hours for the flocks to settle at the bottom, forming a layer of sediment called sludge. A system of rakes and pumps collects the sludge and transfers it to the sludge treatment building. Unless testing shows a need for additional treatment, the clarified, fully treated wastewater now flows to what's called the outfall, a series of channels that discharge into the river. In the sludge treatment building, they spray the wet sludge with another type of polymer. This further solidifies it so that filter presses can more easily squeeze out the water. Most of the sludge goes into giant incinerators to be burned. The ashes go to a landfill. The gas that the incinerators emit powers several machines that dry and transform the remaining sludge into pellets. These pellets are sold as organic fertilizer. When it arrived at the plant, the wastewater was full of contaminants that harm aquatic life. Now, after treatment, it contains 80% fewer suspended solids, such as fecal matter, and 75% less phosphorus.
Interesting. Gotta be thankful for the people that work at those treatment plants. Give us safe water. Well, everyone, it's the time of the night
Thanks to an organ donor,
where I'd like to say goodbye
Alicia can stop.
after this quick video. I want to thank everyone for stopping by today. And those of you watching on the replay, and those of you not in chat. Trixie, thank you very much. Amanda, hope you bought some good stuff at Sam's. Too bad couldn't talk with you more. But I hope you're doing good. Appreciate you stopping by. Frankie, it's always lovely, of course, to have you stop by. I'm sure you'll stream, I think you stream on Fridays, or was it Thursdays? You do the weekend review, so be nice to see you then. And Sunfish stopped by. I haven't seen him streaming in a while, but I'm sure he'll get some streams on the go. Thank you very much for stopping by. Okay, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you on the next round. All right?